Hello, everybody. I'm going to explain to you what caused the rare 5.8 magnitude earthquake last week in Montana. And what I'm going to show you is going to blow you away. Please watch my whole presentation until the very end, and then you will understand everything I'm talking about. So, before we begin, I'm going to play this quick little video, and then I'm going to get back and explain to you some further things here. All right, now, this 5.8 earthquake that occurred last week was directly related to Cern, which is the Large Hadron Collider in Cern, Switzerland that I'm referring to. So those of you who are not familiar with what is Cern, let me explain to you why I know, based on my research that I have been doing on earthquakes and forecasting, what caused this. Cern, Switzerland, right here, this is where Cern, Switzerland is located, has the latitude of, right here, this crazy cursor, 46.6 latitude, all right? Now, in Cern, Switzerland, last week, they had an earthquake at right there, 46.5, right above where the Large Hadron Collider is. Okay, so the latitude of that was 46.5. Remember that. Now, the latitude of the earthquake that was in Montana, right over here, 5.8 in Montana, Lincoln, Montana, it was a 46.8. So I do not believe in how most people do their forecasting, particularly Dutch Sense, BP Earthwatch, and the rest, because I firmly believe when God says in the book of Genesis that the earth is flat, that he meant it. And who are we to judge? We're just his creation. So, with the earth being flat, let's look at that in this scenario. So you have right over here, follow the mouse. Okay, you have right up here. See it right here with the little blue circle? I'm not sure if you can all see it. Let me click on it. Okay. There is where the earthquake occurred in Montana. Several days before that, in Cern, Switzerland, they had an earthquake. A 4.1, which is very rare for that area because they generally don't have such high ones. Usually they'll have many ones and twos, but a 4.1 is considered high for them. Now, you have over here a straight shot line from the latitude, which is almost identical, just off by like 0.2 of a degree, from Lincoln, Montana, all the way to Cern, Switzerland, crossing through the North Atlantic Ocean. It doesn't have to connect to fault lines or plates like everybody has us to believe. All these fault lines and all these plates. It's a straight shot line. Why? Because the earth is flat. So, here we go. A few days before that earthquake occurred in Cern, Switzerland, this article came out on the Cern website with their little 666 logo. The Large Hadron Collider announces a charming new particle. Today, at the EPS Conference of High Energy Physics in Venice, the Large Hadron Collider experiment at Cern's Large Hadron Collider has reported the observation of blah blah blah, a new particle containing 2 charm quarks and 1 up quark. Goes on to say that this mass of the newly identified particle, which is almost 4 times heavier than the most familiar baryon, the proton, a property that arises from its doubly charmed quark content, It is the first time that such a particle has been unambiguously detected. Now, so here they had this coming out several days before the earthquake occurred in Cern, Switzerland, up here, right over here. Several days after that, it crosses, the pressure built up all the way through the North Atlantic, and it went all the way westward towards Montana. Why is this a concern? Because eventually, if they keep doing their experiments over there, it's going to affect us in the U.S. over here, particularly with Yellowstone, because eventually, if too much pressure builds up over there, it's going to end up putting more and more pressure on Yellowstone to release bigger earthquakes over there. This is why it's a concern. Now, let's go and see what the Large Hadron Collider is. The Large Hadron Collider is the world's largest machine, and they are trying to create the God particle, which they believe they can recreate what they think is how the world began as their particle theory with the Big Bang. So it's they have the world's largest machine, and it is 4,100 miles across, 145,000 of strands. That's enough to circle the Earth 6 times around the equator. Okay, it goes on. It generates extreme temperatures, 100,000 times the temperature of the center of the sun. Stephen Hawking, world-renowned physicist, says that he is highly concerned about it. Basically they're saying that, it can annihilate the human race if some kind of a massive explosion occurs down there. That they're opening the door to other dimensions. This is another fact about it, which is of great concern. Another thing about CERN is that they have a very curious location. The location that they have chosen, the ancient name of where Cern, Switzerland is affiliated with the old Greek name Apollyon. What does that mean? Well, if you're a Christian, and of those of you who are not, in Revelation chapter 9, verses 1, it says, "And the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and unto him was given the key to the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose smoke out of the pit, as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun, and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit." Verse 11 says, "And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue has his name as Apollyon." Now, CERN is hundreds of feet below the Earth's surface, and so basically it describes the Bible thing here, talking about how, the key to the bottomless pit, and, basically the smoke of the great furnace. So what does that exactly mean? I'm going to play you a video that's going to just blow you away right now. And after the video is over, I'm not going to bother to talk again because it's too hard to keep uploading and make videos. Those of you who know editing, it's a lot of work. I'd rather just talk than do all these slides and stuff. But anyway, I'm going to play the video. It's regarding Cern, Switzerland. It's regarding the tunnel that they built in Switzerland. It's the world's largest tunnel, just like their world's largest machine. And they had world-renowned leaders go to this inauguration last year. You could say it was the event that they did. They did this huge ceremony. Angela Merkel was there, Francois Hollande of France, the president of France, the president of Germany, the president of Italy. All these world leaders were there. It was like a UN summit, and they had the freakiest, most demonic, satanic ceremony you can imagine. I'm only going to play you about a 3-minute clip right here. Please comment and do share this video, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. But do share the word, because if they keep doing these experiments over there, it's going to affect us over here, not only in Montana, but Yellowstone, which of course Yellowstone would have massive repercussions all over the earth. And of course the Bible does say that 1/3 of the world is going to have death and destruction, and that the eyes are going to melt behind the sockets and the tongues are going to dissolve in the mouths. Well, that sounds to me like either a nuclear bomb, which I do believe World War III is happening, and I'll explain that in other videos. Please tune in for those videos I make regarding World War III. at any rate, here's the video. You could see the demonic ceremonies that they're doing over there. They have released the evil spirits from below, just like the book of Revelation says. And this is not fake, folks. You can Google this on your YouTube search engines, and there's like a ceremony was several hours. I'm only going to play you a 3-minute clip, but the stuff is freaky, and they were clearly calling out demonic spirits in this ceremony. So here we go.